Welcome back to Vegas Live with Nina, and of course you know where I am. I'm down at the Pepper Mill. The Pepper Mill is actually our sponsor. We're in our 4th year, it'll be 4 years in October actually, that we've been here. Absolutely amazing. Pepper Mill's been amazing to us, putting us out there and giving us the space and everything else. Absolutely wonderful. I have Nayeli with me. Nayeli is a model, and I was watching her, and she's not the tallest person in the world. She's a very I'm going to find out what she's up to and what she's doing. She's also an actress. Nayeli, how are you?
I am doing so great. I'm just excited.
Well, isn't that nice? That's a nice introduction right there. Yeah, so what are you excited about? Life?
I'm excited about anything that pertains to my passion in entertainment.
And what's your passion?
Fashion, modeling, dancing, writing, you name it. Just the life of art, the life of an artist.
Well, you're actually in the right place to do that, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, it's here and it's Vegas. I think New York is more for the theatre, isn't it? More the theatre goers.
Theatre,
music,
high fashion.
High fashion, yeah, there were high fashion for sure.
Yes.
So when you talk about high fashion, what are you talking about?
High fashion, haute couture. Obviously, there's different types of modeling, but high fashion certainly does require particular, stats. Of course, yes. The height, like you mentioned. Despite that, I have been blessed to be able to walk many runways. Most of them local, but I've taken my craft to New York.
Oh, you're in New York as well now.
Yes. Well, I took it once for New York Fashion Week about 4 years ago, the Ballet Runway.
So we're talking about the ballet runway, which means you're ballet dancing with ballet shoes on?
With ballet shoes on, there is no dancing. It's just the technique of the strut, the runway catwalk strut, but on point, on toes.
So obviously you're not doing any shoes because you've got ballet shoes on.
Correct, yes.
So do you mostly do long dresses or anything? Is it they get to see what you do, they get to see how you balance yourself and how you trip down the runway? Yes,
definitely. It is a technique that requires a lot of practice because it requires being on toe the entire time, yes. Modeling on point. And the strut side to side throws off the balance a little bit, so that's crucial in itself.
Is that good for you or good for people watching you?
It's fantastic in any way as long as it's done correctly, because a ballerina is trained to maintain a particular posture. And the strut throws it off.
I know all about ballet. I took ballet for quite a long time in England. Yes, I did. Geraldine Lamb's School of Ballet.
Lovely.
In Plymouth, and I did that for quite a few years. Mm-hmm. Also tap dancing and all that stuff. And when I heard you say that you're doing the ballet runway, I was fascinated because when I used to do the runway, I've done many a runway like you, and I was one of the first ones that sort of opened it up rather than sort of walking straight down and sort of having no smile, no nothing. Right. I could not be like that, which you probably all know by now. Yes. I can't keep a serious face. So I used to come out and I'd be smiling, and I would walk down the runway with energy, and it was kind of like dancing. I would like flow down and flow back, and it was just something quite a little bit different. So I understand what you're doing. And when you put yourself out there, how is it being perceived? How are people liking what you do? Because it's unusual.
Well, I love when people are seeing the on-heel traditional runway modeling, yes. And all of a sudden, unexpectedly, they see a strut and they see the feet. They're like, wait, is she? And you get these wows, and yes. That connection with the audience to cause that impact is fantastic.
It must be wonderful.
It is,
so
absolutely.
People are booking you in Vegas now, right?
Yes.
You're getting a lot of bookings?
Yes.
So you're actually in a regular modeling, regular run, and then all of a sudden you come out on points.
Right, that is correct.
Are you on points all the time?
On point the whole entire time. Yes.
And how many dresses or designs do you roughly do per show? Is it 3 or 4? Because that's a lot of work.
Usually 2.
2.
I always actually either open the show or close the show if it's just me by myself.
Okay.
But I do have my girls who I've trained, and they do an entire segment like a traditional fashion show, but on toes.
Oh, hang on a second. This is getting bigger and bigger. I thought it was only you.
It's both concepts.
So you've got both. You've got the shoes, and you've got other girls in ballet.
Yes, correct. I train them.
You see, oh, how wonderful!
And as you mentioned, you know, as a ballerina, you want to get up there and dance and strut with the beat of the music.
Yes.
You want to do the pirouettes, but to tone them down and take away the theatrical part and just, you know, polish that down. It does take training.
I was going to say,
Yes,
but even
it does.
just being on those points for all that time,
Yeah.
though a trained ballerina, that's what she does. Because I remember,
Correct.
you know, I can remember being on points myself, and I loved it because I was a skinny little thing, and I was, you know, I had all the ingredients except I didn't take it up. I liked it, but it gives you great posture. It gives you a tremendous amount for the rest of your life.
Yes, it does.
But I didn't
Absolutely.
realize that in the ballerina department that you're taking it to another place.
Correct.
So
yes. And it's one thing, the dancing, the grace, and it's another to have the fierce of the runway model.
Yes.
So combining those, doing that strut, you know, it's interesting.
Yes.
It's
I would
different.
imagine it's very interesting. So
Yes.
you do that. What else do you do?
Well, I'm also a model myself. I write for different magazines. I've worked with different magazines in the past, and I teach modeling and personal development training, Nayeliart.
Okay.
So I have a huge passion in educating personal development, especially aspiring artists. That's where my biggest focus.
Do you actually teach them how to perform on stage and how to? Because there's so many artists out there that they're absolutely, you know, they've got a great voice and everything's going for them, but they just stand there and they don't really do anything. You think, are you going to ever move? Are you ever going to do something? And sometimes they've got this going for them, but they don't have the rest of it.
Well, the technique is one thing.
Yes.
The performance, but building that strength, emotional strength, and that frame of mind to confront this very challenging industry of entertainment, that's another thing. So I try to instruct the business aspect as well. I have a background in the legal field of 10 plus years, so that helps me a lot too.
Are you a lawyer as well?
I'm a paralegal.
A paralegal?
Yes.
Oh, so you actually have a brain on you.
Actually, yeah, it depends.
So you can always fall back.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
That. So if you're not making enough hair, you can make it there.
Yeah.
And has it come in handy?
It definitely. I mean, it's a juggle.
Yes.
I love doing everything that I do. I try not to do everything at once because I get so excited. You know, I get excited. Oh my God! Yes, definitely. Yeah. But I know when to tone myself down, rationalize, and prioritize everything accordingly. So.
Now, is it hard because you're actually in very much of a woman's business, so it must be quite easy for you. You're not really competing with men out there.
As a matter of fact,
she is.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the magic word, compete. I have a meme saying, when you need technique, there's no need to compete. I personally don't believe in competition. It distracts you.
You are the competition.
Well, you know,
it
will always be there in entertainment, of course. But when you are comparing yourself to someone else to be better than anyone else, I believe people are better and worse than you. No one is you. So you have to carry on the best of you. Of course.
Yes, you can't, and you're absolutely right. So many people out there, you know, I want to be like this one, I want to be like that one.
Yeah.
Or even you've got some actresses actually will take on somebody's name when they were very popular. And I always say, why would you take on somebody else's name? Why don't you just be you and be content and put yourself out there?
Exactly.
Rather than, you know, somebody else's name.
And that's what I did 15 years ago when someone told me you can't model because of your height. I put my hand on hip and I said, well, I'm still going to do it's what I want to do. And I mean, I invested a lot of money in training 5 different runway instructors. I've been blessed to come across people who have supported me and believed in me.
Yeah, but you mustn't forget one thing, that when you go on your little tippy toes and you're you know, the ballet shoes, they've got this little notch on them, so you've got another inch there. Then you put yourself, you're as tall as everybody else.
Well, I started on heel modeling, actually. I started doing
She had 6-inch.
Oh, gosh, yeah, huge. I mean, stills.
I was joking.
They were stills. No, and wearing my stilts to the office on a daily basis, it's like they were a part of me. You know, I was used to them. Definitely part of my body, my stilts. It was a given. So that helped me for the height.
That tells me something else, though. You don't like being short.
I do and I don't. Only for marketing purposes, it's essential. It's important to have that height. But at the same time, you know, at the beginning it was. Now I'm just very relaxed and
well, you're
doesn't
who
matter
you are.
with my height. Yeah.
I mean, you can't make yourself grow, or can you? I mean,
I'm a petite and I'm proud of it.
There you go.
Yes.
And you've done well with it.
And most definitely.
I was going to say, but you've used what you've got, and you haven't. She hasn't let any of that get in the way.
No, you can't. You know, life is too short to allow anything and anyone to get in the way.
Okay, so you're paralegal. You do ballet dancing down the runway. You've got acting going. What is your next project, and what do you really, really, really want to do?
Get to, you know, while I'm working on presenting still this concept in entertainment in this market, you know, having one plan, like John Lennon used to say, life is what happens when you have your plan. I forgot the words, but bottom line is whatever you plan, it's not going to turn out that way most of the time. It's always important to have a plan. It's a base.
Unplanned things are the best things that ever happen anyway.
And I am prepared. I'm preparing for my future, but at the same time, I want more artists to be aware of other things that are not being mentioned and educated from the industry of entertainment.
And what's that? What are the things that stick out? The business side of it. These guys out there.
Misconceptions, fallacies, the whole fake it till you make it, that's not true. Dress to impress, that's not true. I don't believe in that. You know, I have a different perspectives on that just for the sake of building, empowering yourself.
Well, I think that's what it is. You're absolutely right. Build and empower yourself as whom you are, what you are, and why you are.
Exactly.
Because you really, as much as people say, well, you know, I'm like her and I want to be, no, you can never be like somebody else. And that's, you know, every single fingerprint in the entire world is different. How did that happen?
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
I mean, how did that happen? Every single thing, it's like someone's got to double up somewhere. What about my parents? What about my brothers, my sisters?
Right.
We're all different. So use what you've got is what you're saying.
Most definitely. Make the best of it, the very best.
And you're a good example as of that.
I certainly hope I am.
No, she was talking.
I hope.
You are. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Don't doubt yourself.
No.
Don't say I hope. You are.
Okay.
We're going to change that now. We'll change that right now. It's not she hopes, she is.
Thank you so much.
You are what you are. Just use every. Find those little pockets that things you haven't used yet. There's
Most definitely.
Stuff in us. I'm still finding pockets of stuff in me that I haven't used, and I'm finding out. Oh, I can do that. And it's amazing what you can do. Now, married? Not married.
Not married.
Not married. Planning on it?
Hopefully. I mean,
that means
working on it.
Oh, you have a boyfriend now?
Well, you know, when it comes to the personal aspect, I try not to distract it from my work. You know,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I always compartmentalize and I keep it very private, and it's right there.
You know, it's funny, I did that. You know, I was 32 years old, and I suddenly turned around and said, I've got to get married. And I hadn't really thought of it, because I was so interested in what I was doing, you know, on probably a selfish side, I don't know. And I said, I've got to get married. And lo and behold, this guy comes into my life, and we get married, and I, you know, got rid of everything else I was doing and became a housewife. I did that for 10 years, and then I couldn't take it anymore as of not doing anything. So then I started Voices of Tomorrow, which was a show I had. But I was still married, became a little bit more back. I was losing me, and I didn't want to lose me. So
that's the key. I'm just relaxed and letting things be.
Oh, you got plenty of time. Don't even worry about it.
I'm not in a rush at all. I'm just concentrating on my craft, developing, and you know.
So do you think that you could come out with a name for yourself as of the Ballerina Runway?
Well, Ballet Catwalk, Ballet Runway.
Yeah, because you like doing ballet on the runway, because that's what you're doing.
Yes.
So it's like the Ballet Runway, right?
That is indeed. Yeah, it's trademarked.
So have you trademarked?
Most definitely.
What have you trademarked?
Ballet Catwalk, Ballet Runway. Trademarked.
Ballet Catwalk.
And Ballet Runway.
And Ballet Runway.
Oh, yeah.
So you do have that out there.
Oh, most definitely.
And do you have that on the internet? Do you have teaching things on the internet?
Yes.
Can you teach other young ladies through the internet without maybe somebody, I don't know, anywhere in China, anywhere, that would like to learn what can you do that through the internet?
Well, some of my advice and teachings, it's better to do it in person.
Of course, yes.
You know, it's because it's very circumstantial. Every artist is in a very different situation, at a different level, different point. So wherever they are, I try to, escalate them to
So
the next level.
I think you need to instigate this internet thing, because so much is done through the internet that they can actually make videos of how they start out, and then you could have a month later of how they are, and then another, and critique them, and you could have it like a 6-month course.
Well, what I do have is Nayeliart Reality Theories, and it's a page.
What was that again?
Nayeliart Reality Theories.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Reality Theories, yeah. It's and it's part of the personal development aspect.
Okay.
Where I'm talking a lot. I'm making videos, and I'm talking about a lot of things that artists need to be aware of in this industry.
And can people go to your website and buy this or download it? Now they have to buy it. You can't give it for free.
Some advice. I do give it for free. Some, it's more of a one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but Reality Theories is definitely something I'm just want to shake them up and understand that some things are, the way they are.
I think everything's possible. That's how my feeling is. Everything's possible in this world.
Oh yeah, gosh, yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You just got to have that sort of oomph, Just believe in yourself. That's all it really is. That's all it comes down. How can they reach you?
Nayeliart, modeling and personal development training on Facebook, Ballet Catwalk, Ballet Runway, also Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram Nayeliart.Ballet Catwalk.
Isn't this social media amazing? You could just, in my time when I was your age, there was no place but me making a phone call, and even then I had to either find a phone, because we never had the phones. I'm dating myself, aren't I? But it's true. We didn't have all this lovely, which is great, but also there's the competition of everybody else out there doing all the work. So you've got to beat all that as well. So you've got to be really, really, really good. Before we leave, I just want to thank Kimberly Knight for bringing Nayela with me here on set. Absolutely amazing. Now, I believe that we have an event coming up.
Yes.
Which we need to put out there, because that's what we do. So what's this event?
So Kimberly Knight's Lady Vegas, Miss Vegas pageantry, they will be at Eccoci Park July 20th. And we're also going to have Ballet Runway. We're going to be doing a fashion show. So the beautiful ladies, ourselves with a ballet strut, we will be modeling for Eccoci Boutique. So Air Con on July 20th.
July 20th, that's not very far away, so we've got to remember that. But secondly, what we've been talking about is all about the Ballet Runway, which is absolutely amazing, which is a catwalk as well. But I like this ballet thing. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So Kimberly Knight, congratulations, and thank you for the guest. She's amazing, absolutely wonderful. I wish you all the best on your event for July the 20th. Absolutely great. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.